Assalamualaikum and hi, I'm Shikin Aziz. In this video, I will briefly describe the codes or standards that can be referred when designing piping and pipelines for food process plant design. It is essential to determine which international codes, standards, and specifications that you will apply to the design project. This is to ensure the project will meet international safety levels and engineering quality, which is also needed by the plant owner in order to get operating license. Actually, there are so many different codes, standards, and guidelines in this world. Most of the time, students and fresh graduate will slightly frightened and worried about their ability to use the right standards, codes, or guidelines. Moreover, most of the code standards are published by different countries, but not all countries establish their own codes standards. For example, from this map, in US, they have AWS, which is American Welding Society. ASME stands for American Society of Mechanical Engineers. AISI stands for American Iron and Steel Institute. SSINA stands for Specialty Steel Industry of North America. 3A stands for 3A Sanitary Standards. USFDA stands for Food and Drug Administration in the US. And ISPE stands for International Society of Pharmaceutical Engineers. While in Europe, they have established EN, which is European Standards. DIN, DIN, is a German Institute for Standardization. DS is Danish Standard Association. SIS, which is Swedish Standards Institute. And then EHEDG is stands for European Hygienics Engineering and Design Group. While in United Kingdom, they have established BSSA, stands for British Stainless Steel Association. In Australia, they have ASSDA, Australian Stainless Steel Development Association. In Japan, they have JIS, stands for Japanese Industrial Standard. And of course, not to forget ISO, International Organization for Standardization. Is a network of standards institutes from 164 countries with a central office in Geneva, Switzerland. Another international organization, global organization, is NIDI, stand for Nickel Institute. Yeah, NIDI is the Global Association of Leading Primary Nickel Producers, and it has offices in Canada, Belgium, United States, China, and Japan. On this map, I only show few codes or standards. There are more than, and there are actually more codes out there. The purpose of publishing code, standards, and specifications is to standardize, the dimension, tolerance, material of constructions, of piping components, so that fabrication and erection is less complex. And beside that, there are few codes such as 3A Sanitary Standard. Where is my pen? Okay, here. Sorry. Okay. so tiny. Okay, so this one, 3A sanitary standard and EHEDG. Where are you here? All right, is an example of codes with objective on sanitary design, hygienic design. Okay, so by having this hygienic design, it can assist fabricator to design the equipment or piping in and at the same time to ensure that the design can meet the hygienic requirements. So, which piping and pipeline codes to be used? The answer is you need to choose the code that is recognized by your area jurisdiction. I'm eager to explain the SME codes standards. The American Society of Mechanical Engineers, ASME, is one of the leading engineering organization in the world. It's actually the oldest standards developing organization in America, and SME develops approximately 600 codes and standards. Um, Such as boiler, codes for boiler, pressure vessel, fasteners, plumbing fixtures, elevator, pipeline and power plant system and components. Uh, for example, the codes that you are familiar is ASME BPV. Okay, B stand for boiler, P for pressure, V for vessel. Okay, which I have explained in other video. SME also provides training, certification, research, conference, publication, and develop government relation and other form of outreach. So, let me bring to SME website. Okay. So I need to stop sharing this slide. I'm going to share my internet browser. Okay. So you can just type smeorg.org in your browser and then hit search, then enter. All right. This is the home page of the well-established SME website. In this website, the homepage announce a lot of activities that they having under the organization or SME. All right, there is courses, announcement for courses, publication, activities on certifications. Right, and then any update on standard also been announced here. So you can see they have quite big numbers of members, like more than 90,000. Okay, all right. I'm going to browse this website and show to you how I can get to the related piping codes. What you need is click on the codes and standard here. Okay, codes and standard bar. Then click on find codes and standards. Then, okay, we need to wait for a while. And then at the search box here, I'm using keyword piping. Okay, then hit enter button. All right. Okay, look at the result underneath. Okay, here it has 68 results that are related to piping. The first item listed here is process piping B31.3. B31 is actually and B31.3 is actually B31 is actually pressured piping code, a code for pressured piping. Okay, and then this process piping B31.3 is it sounds right resource for food industry. So let's look on the detail of this code by click on the title. Okay, from here it shows that B31.3 is a code. So here there is an explanation on the description here that's saying this code. Okay, this code. Okay. Uh, I hope by now you can differentiate what is codes, standards, and specification. Important to note that the design code is supported by numerous standards and specification that provide more details or information and data regarding the individual components that make up a piping system. Now let's look on its description. It's saying that this uh, code, process piping, okay, has been defining a piping safety since 1922, so long time ago. All right. And then SME B31.3 contains requirement for piping typically found in petroleum industry, refineries, chemical, pharmaceutical, textile, paper, semiconductor, and cryogenic plants and related processing plants and terminals. So from here, I can say that uh, it's right to refer this code. Okay, it's suitable code, and it covers materials and component design, fabrication, assembly, erection, examination, inspection, and testing of piping. All right. And this code applies to piping for all fluids, including raw intermediate and finished chemical, petroleum product, gas, steam, air, and water, fluidized solids, refrigerants, and cryogenic. So by looking at this list, I can say that most of the fluids that been listed here is also can be found in process and food industry. So it's the right code to refer. Uh, okay, then let's look the item. Okay, the list of contents in these codes. All right. Okay, this is the code document for process piping B31.3. Okay, this is the code, what they call identification numbers. All right. They revised on 2018, so this is the latest. All right, I don't have this code, the latest. Okay, its page numbers is about 14. 14 here is only showing the 14 pages here is only for table of content, front matters. All right. We can add with. Yeah, hold on. That's only. So what we can view in this website is actually table of contents only and the front matters of the codes, of the codes. If you like to have an access of complete of this document, you need to pay. All right. Every code has a different price. Okay, let's me for somehow this button bar. Uh, where can I? Mana? I need to go to the bar, but this thing, okay, somewhere around here. Okay, let's look at the price. This is the price for process piping codes, 550 USD. It's expensive, right? It's expensive, right? So for this kind of price, it's not everybody, not all people buy this. Normally, industry buy this, and then they keep it in their office, right? Because it's so costly, right? For us, university, we do about a few codes that been used for the class. Alright, it depends on the request of the lecturer, and then you can refer this code. Of course, we will only bought it for a single copy. Alright, we because of the price is quite expensive. Alright, so if you would like to refer the codes that are available in our library, you need to visit the library. Okay. So now let's look on the table of content just now. I having difficulty to go to that bar. Okay, I hope you be patient with me. Ha. Okay, sorry, wrong here. Okay, so let's look the structure of the codes. All right. So things, the information that published in the codes. Mainly the structure of the code is similar, okay, for all different codes. Okay, the structure. When I said the structure, such as the skeleton, okay, the table of content, the structure. Okay, it has scope and definition, design. Okay, and then it have pressure design of piping. So it has several chapter. Okay, chapter 1, chapter 2, chapter 3 for materials, chapter 4 for standard for piping and components, chapter 5 for fabrication, assembly and erection, chapter 6 for inspection, examination and testing, chapter 7 for non-methylene piping and piping line with non-metals, and then chapter 8 is for piping. This is chapter 8, I think, piping for categories and fluid services. All right. So, and then some chapters, they have several parts inside there. I will explain this later. So basically, this is about this the structure of the codes. Okay, the looks is about the same like this. All right. So now let's see other item in the list. Okay, let's see the other item on the list. All right, just now we viewed the process piping. Okay, this process piping is a code. All right, we go back to our search list. At our search list, we do have this one, pipe flange fittings. All right, this is B16.5. This B16.5, it costs 273 USD. Again, it's not cheap. All right. Then look at the description. Okay, it's saying something here that it's a standard. It's a standard. So this is a standard, right? So, if you would like to see the table of content, let's see the tables of content so we can differentiate the structure of these documents. All right, it has a code here for the standard. The code, I mean the identification number. All right, and it's saying somewhere here it declared as a standard. And again, you may only view the front matter and the table of contents. This. Uh, this is the table of content. Mainly it consists of this. Alright, this is standards structure. The document structures for standards. Okay, now let me share my slide. So we're going to the next. Okay, so from our visit to SME website, we can say that there are actually 8 major categories that code covers, which are scope, definitions, right? Scope definition, design, materials, standard for piping component, fabrication, assembly and erection, inspection, examination and testing. Under the design, they have some sort, there has another other parts, condition and criteria, pressure design and piping component. There are fluid service requirement for piping component, piping joints, flexibility and support system. Okay, if you want to know more detail about contents at each of the subtopic, you need to buy the codes. Okay, so this is actually the structure of the codes document, right? While for standard and specifications, normally will provide information on pressure, temperature rating, component size, marking, materials, where here material it will describe chemical composition, mechanical strength of the material, and the testing for that materials. And then information on dimension, tolerance, pressure testing. Okay, we reached to the end of my video. I hope the content is sufficient for you to start finding the suitable codes for your plant design project. All right, all the best. Thank you. Bye.